What is up, everyone? Welcome into the video. My name is Jonathan Messer, host of Booby Sports Show, and in this video, we're going to be doing a very quick prediction of Ole Miss and Miami. This is the Fiesta Bowl out in Glendale, California, at State Farm Stadium, where the Arizona Cardinals play. This is one of my favorite aesthetics in college football. Other than the Rose Bowl, I think it's the most aesthetically pleasing bowl game, and I'm excited to watch it between two really good teams. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Ole Miss, what do we have here? We have a very high-powered offense with a very dynamic quarterback, some dynamic pass catchers, good running back, good offensive line. They struggle a little bit on defense. They rank 66th against the run, which is not great, and 39th against the pass, which is, pretty good. Both of those, running the run defense is more middle of the pack. Anything above for a pass defense, especially in today's college football, it's up front that worries me, especially against Miami. Let's get into some of their stats against Georgia. Trinidad Chambliss was 30 for 46, 362 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a really good game. He had the big deep ball at the end of the game to pretty much seal the deal. One of the best kickers, probably the best kicker in the nation. So that what was that? I believe it was 48 yards was pretty much just a gimme. Quan Lacey had 22 carries, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Georgia could not stop him. Georgia's defense has not been vintage Georgia's defense this year, but they really could not stop him. Harrison Wallace had 9 receptions, 156 yards, and a touchdown. And Dazon Stribling had 7 receptions, 122 yards. And honestly, those two guys ate because for whatever reason they game plan for it, but Caden Lee and Deuce Alexander are both really capable receivers. That receiving core is going to be a fit for anyone to play against, especially when you add Daquan Wright, their giant tight end. Daquan Wright literally looks like Chase Young playing tight end. He's huge, scary guy. They won that game 39-34. Everyone knows about the chaos at the end of the game. It doesn't matter really. Ole Miss kind of dominated that game. I know Georgia went up, I think, by 10 at one point, but it just felt like it was Ole Miss's game to lose. They ended up coming back and winning, which doesn't surprise me at all. Let's flip over to Miami. What did they do against Ohio State? Well, they just pounded the rock and just played time control, clock control offense. They had a huge pick six, which kind of gave them room to do that. Putting a defensive touchdown on the board as Miami it's kind of a death sentence for anyone they play. Carson Beck was only 19 for 26, 138 yards and a touchdown. They're just asking him to play point guard, and that's all he really has to do. Mark Fletcher was 19 carries for 90 yards. Look in this game against Ole Miss for Jamar Brown to get ramped up a little bit. He's been hurt. I didn't even know he was playing against Ohio State, and he got a few carries. I'd expect them to get a few more to supplement Mark Fletcher here. In my opinion, they need to try and get the ball to Malachi Toney. He averaged 3.2 yards a reception. I believe he had 5 receptions, 17 yards. I don't know if that math adds up. But just get him involved. He's your best playmaker on offense. Get him involved. C.J. Daniels is really good as well. Look for him to make some plays tonight. Defensively, we know what they are. They have the best duo of pass rushers we've seen, one of the best ever. Honestly, I've been saying it all year. If you were to take these two guys and put them on the same team in the NFL, they'd automatically be a top 5 pass rushing duo. Just automatically. They're that good. They're two prime NFL prospects, Hakeem Mesdor, Ruben Bain, both guys who will probably tear up the league. They're 4th against the run. It's hard to run on these guys. Quan Lacey's going to be in for a very tough challenge, as well as that offensive line. They're 44th against the pass. Pretty good, not great. They can be passed on, but that secondary is really good. O.J. Federique has been there for a while now, and he's a great leader in that backfield, and he gets it done for him. All right, what are we going to look for in this game? Well, for me, it's what style is being played. If it's Ole Miss's chew clock time possession, Miami's chew the clock time possession field position type of game, then Miami might win. Ole Miss, if they're high flying, throwing the ball all over the field. It's a fast-paced game that suits Ole Miss better. I think it's easier to slow a team down. It's easier to slow a team down than speed a team up. But if Ole Miss plays with the lead, and I know this is cliche because everyone says it, but it's true. If Ole Miss plays with the lead here, it could get ugly for Miami. If Miami plays with the lead here, it could get ugly for Ole Miss. And I know it sounds like common sense, but if you think about it, just at a deeper level, it's true. It's hard. Ole Miss likes to throw the ball all over the field. If they have a lead, they're just going to keep throwing the ball all over the field, and Miami might not be able to stop it, but Miami's going to try and claw back in the game, but they're a running offense. I don't know how well Carson Beck can force them back into the game. If Miami has the lead, Ole Miss is not a run-stopping defense. They can go down and score pretty much at any time, but they don't stop the run, and Miami's just going to keep churning the clock, and just running it out. So that matters. I know it's cliche, but it's true. Also, can Ole Miss hold up front defensively mainly because, like I've been saying, Miami likes to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. I don't know if Ole Miss is going to be able to stop them all game. Maybe in the first half they can, but as those big guys get tired up front, who wins? On the flip side, can Miami keep up? I have adopted the worldview that good offenses are going to score on anybody. Great defenses will get scored on by great offenses. Can Miami keep up with Ole Miss? Because Ole Miss can go down and get a touchdown at any time. Anytime. That's going to be something to look for. And then who can stop the run? Whichever team can stop the others back. I understand Miami is 4th against the run and Ole Miss is 66th against the run. I know it looks bad for Ole Miss, but Kwan Lacey is unbelievable. And I've seen that dude break out of tackles. It just should never happen. So that's something to look out for here. Let's get into some of the betting stuff here. Miami's favored by 3.5 points, neutral field. So if it was at Ole Miss, it'd be a pick 'em. If it was at Miami, it'd be -6.5. Miami money line is -166. Ole Miss's is +138. The over/under here is 52.5. Who do I think is going to win? It's hard. This is a very hard matchup. Whenever you're picking two completely contrasting styles, philosophies of a football team, it's hard to pick. But I'm just going to roll with the team that's been the most dominant in my opinion. I'm going to go with Miami. I think they're too good up front, and that's really what I think it is. When it comes down to these big games and these really elite teams, I pick who's better up front, and I think Miami has them beat up front. I think Ole Miss 100% can win this game. There's a time where I probably told you I was picking Ole Miss. I think their offense can score at any time, but I think Miami has just enough on offense or just enough on defense to pull this game out. I think they can run the ball effectively on offense, kind of control the clock, just get a few stops against Ole Miss, and I think they win. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your soon-coming weekend. Praise the Lord. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. I'm trying to grow this channel, but praise the Lord. Jesus saves. God bless y'all.